The felt seals around your recip saw's blade shaft. It both helps to prevent oil from leaking out of the gearbox, as well as distributes lubrication to the blade shaft. Over time, the seal will wear and fail, allowing oil to leak from the gearbox. Replacing the felt is a repair that you can do yourself, and I'm going to show you how.
Hi, I'm Mark Socha.
Do-it-yourself repairs like these are easier than you might think. From lawn machines to cordless drills, kitchen mixers,
Outdoor grills.
our how-to videos walk you through each repair from start to finish. So doing it yourself means never having to do it alone.
Let's get started.
I'll begin by removing one half of the housing. There's a sticker on the housing that you'll need to slice with a knife. Next, I'll remove the clip inside the battery location that holds the two halves together. I'll use a pick to pry the clip up and pull it away from the housing. With the clip removed, now I can separate the two halves of the housing. Now I'll lift the gearbox and motor assembly away from the housing and remove the two screws that connect the motor to the gearbox. With the screws removed, I can separate the motor. Now remove the shoe. Now I can remove the retaining ring from the front of the clamp. It's a split style retaining ring, so I'll use a pick to lift the retaining ring away from the groove. Once I have the pick between the layers of the retaining ring, I'll rotate it around, which will wind the retaining ring off of the spindle. Now I can remove the front cam. Now I'll rotate the cam collar, which will allow me to remove the pin. Now I can remove the cam collar, the sleeve, the torsion spring, and the spring cover. Now I'll remove the boot, and I'll remove the screws that secure the housing. With the screws removed, I can remove the housing cover. Now I can remove the blade shaft and bushing assembly away from the gearbox. Now remove the blade shaft from the bushing assembly. Now I can install the new felt seal. I'll use a pick to remove the old felt seal from the cap, and I'll place the new seal into the cap. I'll place the cap onto the bushing and then insert the shaft through the bushing. And now I can install the shaft assembly back into the gearbox. I'll slide the bushing forward so that both the bushing and the cup fit into the housing. And I need to make sure that I align the hole on the bushing up and down with the gearbox. The long screw that we removed passes through the gearbox housing and the bushing. We'll install this later when we reassemble the housings. Now I can reinstall the housing. And I'll reinstall the boot. The first piece of the blade clamp is the spring cover. I'll install it over the shaft. Next comes the torsion spring. I'll install it so the leg is on the same side as the hole for the pin. Next comes the sleeve. I'll install the sleeve so the hole in the sleeve is on the same side of the shaft as the hole in the shaft. Now I can install the cam collar. It's installed with the flat side down, and again I align it with the torsion spring. Now I need to pull the sleeve up, aligning the hole in the sleeve with the hole in the shaft. I'll rotate the cam collar back and hold it in place so I can install the pin. And now I can install the pin. With the pin reinstalled, now I can install the front cam. You'll notice two tabs on the front cam. I need to align those tabs with the notches on the cam collar. Once everything's back in place, I'll secure it with the retaining ring. Now reconnect the gearbox to the motor and secure it with the screws. Next, I'll reinstall the shoe. And now I can place the motor assembly back into the housing. And I'll finish up by reinstalling the housing. I'll secure the housing with the screws. The 3 short screws go in the rear of the housing. The screws are very small, so you want to be careful that you don't strip them out. And last, I'll secure the rear of the housing with the metal clip. And that's all it takes to install a new felt in your recip saw. Be sure to check back often for new videos and expert advice. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up